Let's talk about this now. With us now is Congressman Subramanyam, who's a Democrat from Virginia, represents a number of federal employees in his district in Virginia, actually has a new bill that he's introduced called the Leash DOGE Act. You want to tell us about that before we dive into the details of this?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I mean, basically what we're trying to do is bring transparency and accountability to this whole DOGE effort. And so we don't really know what's going on. Even some of the people in the federal government don't know what's going on or what's happening, and they want answers. And so what we want to do is basically say, report to us and give us more details about it, and just make sure that we know what's going on and what we can do about it.
What do you want them to do that they're not doing specifically?
Well, first, they need to be accountable to Congress and at least tell us if they're going to withhold spending, for instance, which I believe is illegal and unconstitutional. Let us know that that's happening. Let us know they're taking over systems instead of having to hear from whistleblowers that this is what's happening. Let us know payment systems, other things that are compromised. We want to know whether the people who are handling classified information actually have a security clearance. There's a lot we don't know, and we just want to know more, and I think the American people deserve to know more.
What would you say about these emails in particular went out to the federal workforce? Here's the conversations I've had today, two sides of it. The one side is people who kind of identify with the private sector and say this kind of stuff happens in the private sector all the time. In fact, that's where Elon Musk got the idea, essentially from himself. It's what he did when he took over Twitter. You reassess, you look at it, you say, all right, tell me what you justify basically your work, and if not, we're going to have to make some cutbacks. That's one side. The other side says, well, this comes from a guy who's not elected, and, he's sending out these emails, and the agencies themselves, cabinet secretaries, don't respond. We'll handle this.
Well, a lot of these agencies have people who work in the military space and classified workplaces and places abroad. And so it's very difficult for them to put together a bullet point list on unclassified servers about what they're doing every day. And then we have people, I talked to some air traffic controllers. I mean, what are they supposed to say? No planes crashed today? That's what I did this past week. I mean, people have jobs here in the federal government that keeps us safe, that keeps us healthy. And to have to do a bullet point list for these unelected staffers, we don't know much about them, really. I think is ridiculous, honestly.
So talk about that air traffic controller reference or anecdotal example is sort of interesting, because that's one of the agencies that's not pushing back on Musk, as I understand it. Sean Duffy, who's Secretary of Transportation, has told his employees, hey, you better respond by midnight.
Yeah, well, now they don't have to respond, but I talked to individual air traffic controllers who said, I don't know what to tell them. I don't know exactly what they want to know from me, and I don't know why we need to do this. They're already working 6 nights and days a week. They're already understaffed and underpaid, and the fact is they're trying to keep us safe even through all these situations, and to make them do a progress report to whom and for why, I think it's just trying to turn a situation that's already really tough for them into a worse situation. It makes no sense.
All right, Congressman, thanks for coming on with us tonight. It's good to see you again.